Hey DJ, this is Kidd with ABC, going over your pitching video. We're going to go through and talk a little bit about your mechanics and break it down frame by frame and sort of go through sort of the basics of everything and kind of get yourself to understand your mechanics, understand some areas we're doing good and some areas we can improve, and just get yourself in a nice consistent spot, fundamentally sound, so as you get older and get stronger, things are going to come to you a lot easier. So anyways, we're going to go through and start sort of from the initial setup. You know, your initial setup, your initial start dictates so much of how you finish. You know, it's one of the easiest sort of fixes we can make and sort of ways we can make some adjustments to really help ourselves. All right, so here's, we're going to stop right here, all right, and make our reference points. All right, we're going to go head, center of gravity. All right, we're just going to watch what happens when you first start up. All right, so you can see everything's coming up pretty good. All right, so what I'm noticing here is there's a little bit of movement with your upper body. All right, see how your head your shoulders kind of turn back, you kind of come up, and then you kind of come back down. All right, if we were to watch your delivery back from here, from just your upper body, all right, we really shouldn't see a whole lot of movement one way or the other. All right, it's nothing too bad, but I'm just kind of nitpicking that the more we can kind of lock everything in place and keep it nice and solid, the easier it is to repeat our delivery. All right, so as we kind of click forward here, all right, one of the things that will help you too is at this point, try not to get so much turn with your hip. Let that foot just kind of dangle down. Don't get in that habit of kicking that foot out here. All right, so we want to try to get our hips closed a little bit more. This just kind of helps close them off of just getting that foot back over that back foot a little bit more. All right, and hands too. I'm going to mark where your hands are. And you can see they don't break until they're about right at your chest level. All right, so cut that distance down. That's just going to cause some inconsistencies. It's going to make it harder for you. Cut it down and just lower your hands a little bit more so they're below that chin, somewhere around that chest area. That's going to help you time your delivery a little bit more. All right, because once we get consistent, is right at this point, we want ball popping out of the glove, hips going forward, all right, and not, you know, one way or the other. We want to try to get them going at the same time. So you can see your hips are going pretty good, your hands are breaking about the same time, so your timing's pretty good here. All right, you have a really big arm raise, which is fine. All right, but what happens with this big arm raise is you can see everything here. You know, it's kind of like a Lincecum style, but you can see with you is that this glove is just going to keep going this way. All right, it's just going to keep popping out. You can see that wrist and that palm is facing that first baseman, and then what that's going to do is that pulls that front side out. All right, now you're using all arm, and you're popping open early, and you're seeing this glove drop down below your knee. All right, through your release point, it's pretty solid release point, especially for your age. So you're doing pretty good there. It's just a matter of getting this glove. You're just getting it up too quick. All right, there's nothing wrong with getting that high. It's just coming out too quick initially. You know, just let that. You know, you really don't have to change a whole lot about your glove. Just think about trying to get quicker with your hips. Try to get your body going quicker down the mound so that glove's not here at this point. You know, you're farther down the mound, maybe right about here. It's not very good drawing. You know, we're probably maybe more about right here with everything. You know, and now that glove's getting a little bit out here. All right, so just a matter of getting your body down a little bit more so that glove just doesn't pop out. All right, at our foot strike, which is right here, we want to try to see that elbow a little bit farther out and that glove out over your front foot. All right, you're getting a good scap load, which is fine. We just want to try to make sure that glove isn't, you know, if we're looking straight on from you, we're going to see a whole lot of daylight between your chest and your glove, and we don't want to see that a whole lot. There can be a little bit here and there. All right, but at this foot strike too, another thing with getting your body going, getting that momentum going, is you're going to see that your stride length, you're going to get a little bit farther down the mound, so you're not landing with that knee over that ankle. You're going to see your foot maybe somewhere out here a little bit more, maybe not that much. but you're going to see just involving more of that lower half. All right. So then through your release point, all right, somewhere between here and here, you're releasing the ball. We're still going to see that glove up a little bit. We're not going to let it drop. You can see you're driving through your back leg, which is pretty good. All right, and you're getting your head out over that front foot. So all in all, this is a pretty solid release point, with the exception of just dropping that glove up, because all that did was just pop open a little bit early. But you're doing good at getting out over that front foot, driving through that back leg. All right, and now it's just a matter of just kind of sticking it a little bit more, so we get out of the habit of kind of jumping forward a little bit. You can see you're kind of a little bit out of control, which isn't a horrible thing, but it's just something that we can just try to work on, just trying to stick it a little bit more, so we're in a little bit better fielding position to protect ourselves from a line drive if it gets hit back to us. All right, if we're kind of stumbling in front, not really ready, you know, we just got to get ourselves. We don't want to be too perfect where we're just worried so much about being, you know, perfect ready position, but we just want to try to get to a point where we have a little bit more control, and that's a big strength thing too. When you get older and get stronger, it'll be a lot easier to slow yourself down and stick it, but that's just something we got to work on and get out of the habit of just kind of throwing it and falling off. We just kind of want to stick it a little bit more, so you're in a little bit better position too. All right, but again, all in all, pretty solid. All right, it's just a matter of kind of cleaning up your initial little bouncing. Drop your hands a little bit lower and just work on staying close farther down the mound, and just again that left side. That's a big issue with younger guys, is they just let that left side go to kind of help them throw it. But we want to try to sort of shift the focus to our lower half and start working hips. You know, get our hips going first, and then that shoulder coming through. All right, so it's just a matter of as you get older and get stronger, we got to try to shift that focus more to that lower half. All right. So anyways, overall, good job, man. Hope you have a great season this year. Thanks again for making it out to camp, and hopefully we'll see you again with ABC.